What if I told you an invisible force is holding you down right now? This force is called gravity, and it's the reason you don't float into the sky. On Earth, gravity pulls everything toward the ground, from massive buildings to a tiny falling roof. But have you ever wondered, how does gravity actually work in space? In space, gravity is what keeps planets orbiting the Sun and the Moon orbiting Earth. The bigger the object, the stronger its gravity. That's why Earth pulls you. But you don't pull Earth. And that's also why we can't just float in the air. Gravity is constantly pulling us down. So next time you jump, remember, gravity is the reason you always come back. Let's dive into the invisible force that quietly holds the universe together. Gravity. Every time something falls, it may seem simple, almost unnoticeable. A stone slipping from a hand, a drop of water leaving a leaf, or a leaf drifting gently to the ground. These moments feel ordinary, but they are not random. Behind every fall, there is a force at work, a force that is always present, yet completely invisible. This force pulls objects toward the Earth, guiding their motion with precision. When an object begins to fall, it does not move at a constant speed. It starts slowly, and then accelerates, gaining speed as it moves downward. This change in motion follows a consistent pattern, one that applies to everything around us. From the smallest grain of sand to the heaviest objects we can lift, all are affected in the same way. Gravity does not choose, it does not vary, it remains constant, even when we are standing still. It is acting on us, it keeps us grounded, keeps objects in place, and defines how movement behaves on Earth. A silent force, shaping every fall and every motion. Even our own bodies are controlled by gravity. Every movement we make, every step we take, every jump we perform, is shaped by this invisible force. When we lift our feet to walk, gravity constantly pulls us downward, keeping us connected to the ground. When we jump, we rise briefly into the air, only to be gently pulled back down. It controls our balance, our posture, and the way we interact with the world around us. Even the smallest actions, like reaching for an object, rely on gravity's guidance. Without it, walking would be impossible, running would be chaotic, and every motion would become unpredictable. Gravity keeps us grounded. It gives structure to our movements and ensures stability in everything we do. It silently affects us at every moment. From the smallest gesture to the largest leap, a force invisible, yet essential, shaping every motion and connecting every step we take to the planet beneath our feet. Far beyond the surface of our planet, in the vast silence of space, nothing moves without purpose. Planets do not drift aimlessly. They follow precise paths, shaped by an invisible force. These paths are called orbits. Each planet travels around the Sun, moving in a continuous curved motion, held in balance between speed and gravitational pull. As a planet moves closer to the Sun, its speed increases, and as it moves farther away, it slows down. This delicate balance keeps the solar system stable. Without it, planets would either fall inward or drift endlessly into space. But instead, they remain in motion, locked into their paths, guided by gravity. Each orbit is predictable, consistent, and precisely shaped by the mass of the Sun. Even moons follow similar paths, orbiting their planets. In the same silent dance, gravity connects them all, maintaining order across unimaginable distances. A system not of chaos, but of perfect motion, where every world knows its path. In some regions of the universe, gravity becomes unimaginably powerful. Black holes are the most extreme examples of this force. Objects that come too close are pulled inward with incredible strength. Even light cannot escape their grasp. Around a black hole, space itself is warped, and paths that once seemed straight begin to curve dramatically. Stars, gas, and dust all spiral toward the center, creating patterns of motion that are both beautiful and terrifying. The gravitational pull is so strong that nothing can resist it. Even time itself slows near a black hole, a strange effect of this immense force. These regions of extreme gravity show us the true power of the universe. They dominate everything in their vicinity, shaping space and matter in ways we are only beginning to understand. Silent, invisible, and unstoppable. Gravity here is absolute, a force capable of bending space itself, pulling all that approaches into its eternal embrace. Gravity does more than just move objects. It connects distant bodies across space. The Moon, though far from Earth, exerts its pull on our oceans. This pull creates tides, causing water to rise and fall, moving in a continuous rhythmic cycle. High tide and low tide happen predictably, a silent dance between two celestial bodies. Gravity is the invisible thread that links the Earth and Moon, shaping water, currents, and even life itself. But gravity's influence does not stop there. It governs motion on Earth, in the solar system, and across the universe. From falling raindrops to orbiting planets, from ocean tides to black holes, gravity connects everything. It is invisible, yet ever-present, silent, constant, and all-encompassing. Gravity gives structure to motion, balance to planets, and stability to life on Earth. From the smallest object to the vastest galaxy, it is the force that binds the universe together, holding everything in perfect harmony. On Earth, gravity is always present. It is the force that pulls everything downward, keeping objects connected to the ground beneath us. From the moment a drop of rain falls from the sky, to the flow of rivers across vast landscapes, gravity is constantly at work. It guides water toward the oceans, shapes the path of falling leaves, and controls the motion of every object around us. Even the smallest particles respond to its pull. Gravity does not choose. It acts on everything equally. Whether it is a tiny grain of sand or a massive structure, the same force applies. It keeps the atmosphere held close to the planet, allowing air to remain around us, making life possible. Without gravity, nothing would stay in place. Objects would drift freely, water would not settle, and the world as we know it would not exist. It is constant, silent, and unchanging. A force so familiar that we rarely notice it, yet so essential that everything depends on it. One of the most fascinating things about gravity is that it cannot be seen. There are no visible lines, no clear boundaries, nothing to mark where it begins or where it ends, and yet it is always there, surrounding every object, extending endlessly into space, forming what scientists call a gravitational field. This field is not something we observe directly, but something we understand. Through its effects, objects do not move randomly. Their paths bend, their direction shifts, all because of this invisible force. Even light, when passing near massive objects, can slightly change its path. Gravity does not need to be seen to be powerful. It reveals itself through motion, through interaction, and through the structure of the universe itself. Every planet, every star, exists within its influence, an unseen field, shaping everything we observe. Silent, continuous, and always in control, guiding the movement of the cosmos.